Yo, what's going on, everybody? Gonna be doing a review of the Revoltech Transformers, the Dark of the Moon movie Optimus Prime figure. So here we go with the review. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Just got this figure in the mail, and it's a really dope figure. Let me show you guys the packaging real quick, and we'll get into the figure. So there is the front of the packaging right there. You got the Kaiyodo, the Revoltech joint, Revoltech right there. Then you get Optimus Prime series number 30 right there, Sci-Fi Revoltech right here, Transformers, Dark of the Moon. There's the top of the packaging right there with a cool pic of Optimus. There's the bottom of it with the Revoltech joint showing you how to remove them and put them any way you would like. There's a side of it with a really cool picture of Optimus. There's the other side of it with more about the Revoltech joints. And then there's the back of it right there showing the accessories, how to put them together if you want Optimus with the accessories, with his sword accessory, and a bunch of cool poses you can get Optimus in. So that's the packaging. Let's move on to the rest of the figure. Accessories. Alright, so here's all the accessories Optimus Prime comes with. He comes with these 5 guns right there, and they're all like a gunmetal color, and they all look pretty cool. We'll get into them in a second. He comes with this badass sword right there. I wish he came with 2 of them, but oh well. He comes with 3 pairs of hands, so you get 6 interchangeable hands right there. You get a nameplate right there, and you also get this little container to hold some of the accessories. But let me show you guys the nameplate real quick. It's in like a triangular shape. And it says Optimus Prime, it says Transformers Dark of the Moon 2011. Sorry if you can't read it, I have a really crappy camera because I'm just using my iPod. But he also comes with this cool little storage container for accessories. It's like an orangey, light, brownish type color, translucent plastic. You can store your accessories in it, you just pop it off right here, where the little tab is, you just pop it up, and then you can store some of your accessories in there. I mean, you could use it for other figures' accessories as well, which is pretty cool. He comes with the 6 interchangeable hands, 3 pairs, like I said before. You get the 2 fists, and they're all sculpted really well and painted really well as well. I mean, the guy who sculpted this figure really did an awesome job. And the fists look pretty cool. Oops. And he also comes with the open palm hands right here, which are sculpted and painted just as good as the fists. They look pretty cool. I like how his fingers curled down. Looks pretty cool. Get 2 pair of these. And then you also get the gun holding hands. So you can put any of these weapons in his hand because it fits a Revoltech joint right in there, just like that. And you can only have him hold the guns. He can't hold the sword. I will show you why. Because the sword, the joint is thinner than the gun ones, but there's a bunch of different spots you could put the sword. Optimus has a bunch of holes all over him where you could put all the guns or either his sword. You get 2 holes up here, and then you get 2 on the back of him, so that's 4 holes, and then you get a hole there and right in that one as well, so that's 6 different holes. And then on his forearms, so that's 8 different holes that you could put the guns. And he has an asshole just like everybody else, but he also has the 2 smaller holes right here, which are for the sword, so you could put the sword on his forearm and have him holding it like that, or you interchange his hand out and then you replace it with the sword. So instead of having his hand, you have the sword there instead. Or as this piece keeps falling off, this piece right here, you could take it off, you could store either guns in here, or you could also put a sword there as well. So you have a bunch of different spots to put the guns and the swords. But the sword, I like the sword, it's badass. You just pop the sword in like this. Go in there, damn it! But there you go. You could have him holding the sword like that. And I don't think, or if you want to put this back on, I think you'd have to put it up higher. Oh no, that's with Bumblebee. But yeah, you could have him holding the sword. I think you could get this back on. Can you? Yeah, you can. You just have to put it up higher, so then it'll look a little weird, but oh well. But that's how you could do the sword on the top of the arm. You could also do it on the bottom as well. So it's pretty cool that you can have all those different options for him holding the weapons, which is pretty cool. And with the sword, it's with both hands and arms. But let me show you guys a closer look at the sword as well. And it looks really cool. It's like a translucent orange plastic, more on the outer side of it. And then it's a darker orange, a little more in. And then you get like this gunmetal type color. I mean, they made the sword look really cool. You see it right there. Really, really well paint job. And sculpted pretty damn good too. I like the guy who made this figure. It says who sculpted it on the packaging of the figure. But I'm going to show you guys the guns, and then we will wrap up the accessories. He comes with this weird looking one. It kind of looks like a dual blaster type gun, but you could use it to put a weapon in there, or you could put it over on this side. So, I mean, the Revoltech joint, you could like pop it off and put it in there, and then have it maybe on his arm right there, and then have two guns. Whoops. You could have it on his arm right there, or somewhere on the back, and then have two guns coming out the side or something. Pretty cool. Let me just show you guys a closer look at it. So that's that one right there. And then he comes with this bigger type gun. Looks pretty cool. And they all have the Revoltech joints on them, so it looks a little crooked. Like if you look at it, that kind of like goes up a little bit more, but oh well. Also comes with this gun right here. This is a pretty cool looking gun. I like the way this one looks. Looks pretty badass. And he also comes with this gun, and I like this gun as well. All these look like a little crooked, like they're all warped. Oh well. And this is probably my favorite gun. This gun looks badass. This is a gun I'll probably have him holding or something. But this gun looks pretty damn cool right here. Really awesome sculpt with these guns. Especially this one. I mean, you could even, if you look around, you see Revoltech inserts right there. So you could pop the other guns, Revoltech joints, into this gun on either side as well. So you could, I mean, you could connect all the guns and turn it into one gun if you want. That joint. I'm trying to see if that's the only gun yet. These are the only two guns you could pop the Revoltech joints and add the guns on or something. Like you could connect this one onto there, and then connect two guns onto that one, and then connect another gun on there. But I know you can connect all 5 of those guns and make one big ass gun. So those are the accessories for the Optimus Prime figure comparisons. So here's some comparisons real quick. You see Optimus Prime next to Rick Grimes right there, the McFarlane Series 6 one, and Optimus is about the same size, a little taller. Goku is pretty much the same size up to his head, but to his hair he's taller, and Broly towers over him, and Optimus Prime stands at 5 inches tall, so that's the only downside to this figure. But let's keep getting into the review, everyone, yeah! Articulation, paint, and sculpt. Alright, let me show you guys a closer look at the figure. He's really well sculpted, and the paint is just perfect on this figure. They really did a good job with this figure, and I overall really love the way this figure turned out. The height sucks, but I mean, I'll take paint sculpt and articulation over height any day. But he is way too small for Optimus Prime, especially if you're gonna make another Transformers figure that's a lot smaller and they're the same height. That's kind of stupid, but anyway, I love the metallic blue on it. The red looks really awesome. The little flame effect right there looks really cool. I really like the blue on it. The blue is my favorite color. I really like the way this figure turned out. Like, look at the sculpt on this figure. The Revoltech joints just blend in perfectly with this figure as well. That was something I always liked about the Transformers Revoltech, how the joints blend in like perfectly with the Revoltech joints. Because they look robotic, and this is a robotic figure, so, I mean, the head sculpt looks really cool. You can see the side of it right there. I mean, they just really tried to go all out on this figure. I mean, the tires look cool right there. Even the feet look pretty damn awesome. I mean, look at that. Nice paint job, really. Revoltech did a nice job painting this figure. Oops. Those pieces kind of fall out easily, so be careful with that right on the arm. And you got some gold in there as well. Gunmetal gray color on there. Even the windshield looks it's a clear plastic, so and the arms look really well done. But overall, they did a really phenomenal job with the paint and the sculpt on this figure, and the articulation is just as good. But they did an awesome job with this Revoltech Transformers Optimus Prime figure, and I'm really glad I picked it up. But let's get into articulation. Alright, so Optimus Prime has two joints up by the head. He has one at the head, and he has a neck joint as well. And the head joint can look up and down. His head's really small, too. Then at the head, he can't pivot, but he can at his neck joint. Also, it swivels at the neck and the head as well. It's kind of hard for me to just move the head because I can't get my fingers in there. But you could pivot it at the neck. The head, whoops. Well, it's on a Revoltech joint, but alright. Let me show you guys the head joint now as it goes up and then down and it swivels. It pivots a little bit on this joint, but you get better of a pivot on the neck joint. And the neck joint swivels, goes forward that much, and then the neck joint goes back that much, and then you could get it to pivot a little bit. So that's the neck joint right there. He has a nice ab crunch. You can get him to look down almost 90 degrees. And then you can get him to look back, not as much because it gets hindered by this piece right here. So he can't look back much, but he got a nice ab crunch moving forward. Now he has Revoltech joints right here, but you can't make them click. Oh, there we go. So you can make them go up that much, but you can't make it go down because it's hindered. There's a lot of things that hinder certain spots of articulation, but it's really no big deal. You get a Revoltech joint at the shoulder, so you can get it up that much. Spins on a full 360. You also get one at the elbow. Get it to bend more than 90 degrees, which is really good. It also swivels as well, and you get a Revoltech joint at the wrist, so you can get it to move any way you like. So nice arm articulation and wrist articulation. And for the legs, you can get his legs to... you could kick them out. Oops, sorry. You can kick his legs out, probably a little more. No, Revoltech joints, everybody knows you could pop them out and position it how you want. You could kick forward. Sorry, this joint's really stiff. He can kick pretty much all the way up, and it can move back as well. And at the knee joint right here, he can move it about 90 degrees, which is good. And it bends back in, and then he has a ankle joint that moves up and down. It's hard to get it to ankle pivot, but you can. You can get it to do an ankle pivot. Only to the inside. The outside, it gets hindered by this piece as well. And he has toe articulation. Goes up, and you could spin it as well. So that is the articulation for the Optimus Prime figure, and the articulation is really damn good for a Transformers figure. And overall, if you're a Transformers fan, if you love the Autobots, I definitely recommend this figure. Even though the height is kind of shitty, overall the paint, sculpt, and articulation is spot on. The accessories are great as well. You could do lots of things. You can make one gun into 5. You got his sword. There's also another version where you get his wings and you get his axe, and I think you get 2 swords. So, if you're a real big Optimus Prime fan, then go for that Optimus Prime figure from Revoltech. He's a lot more, though. He's more than double the price of this one. I got this one at Big Bad Toy Store for $44.99 plus shipping, so I paid like $51, $52, which isn't bad for a Revoltech Optimus Prime figure. But yeah, I do recommend it. It's a great figure. Like I said, if you're a Transformers fan, definitely pick it up. If you're not, you could pass on it. But that's my review of the Revoltech Transformers Optimus Prime figure. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. And if you don't like it, you can go beep yourself, and Optimus Prime says the same thing. Alright guys, I'm out. See you later.